Hello, my name is Joseph Pirayou. I want to welcome you today to the this episode of In the Beginning Ashur. As always, this is live program. If you have any comments, any questions you want to share with us, if I can answer, I would be more than happy. Or any comments that you're be making, and if not, we will do it some other program. And if you're watching this recorded later, we will follow up with the comments and questions. And actually, today, when I was planning uh, to do the program today, going over the comments and questions that they were given to us regarding the last program, which was about the death of Saddam Salwan, Momi. I'm sorry, I'm not pronouncing it correctly. But Momika, sorry, thanks. Uh, Let me start with this comment that was made, if you can show it to our people, audience here. Uh, as always, I didn't put the name because I didn't ask permission, or normally we just put the comment. It says that I'm a deist, and I believe it means I'm an atheist, but I actually feel admiration for Christianity. You can criticize Christians, burn their Bible, draw images of Jesus, and they don't respond with violence. And it says Islam is a totally unspiritual, ungodly ideology. Uh, when I saw that comment, it's sometimes you think about how to communicate. See, this program, as I have told you before, those of you who have been watching this, and I appreciate for the time that you're putting to watch and to comment and send questions. Uh, uh, the second part of this comment about Islam's totally unspiritual, ungodly ideology, that's it's a different story. I've been asked before, Joseph, why don't you do programs to talk about Islam? Uh, honestly, uh, I don't see it worth the time to talk about this specific subject. I haven't read Quran, so I cannot speak. I mean, I talk about Bible, the parts that I know about Bible, I share that, especially when it comes to the clergy getting involved and inform our people regarding our history and regarding specifically about Christianity. So Islam is not an issue to talk about. I mean, that's the opinion of our friend who made that comment. Of course, there is a history that in the name of Islam, what they have done to our people and still doing, but that's a different story. Right now, I wanted to, the first part that the admiration that some people have for Christians, that we could be criticized, burn the Bible, draw images of Jesus, as I showed the last program in that so-called church, how they are just insult Jesus, make him gay or transgender with John the Baptist, this and that. And this came to my mind. This is like uh, what Jesus told his disciples: if someone hit you on one side, on the cheek, turn the other side. And I was thinking about that. We've been going through this turning the cheek for ever since we became Christians during the first century of Christianity. And when I was talking to Assyria TV, uh, send me this photo. I don't know how we can apply it to that turning the other cheek, but can you share that photo? I think it's so powerful. You know, the fist is that slap that is coming towards our cheek, if you want to imagine it this way. And it's not being returned with a fist, but it has been returned with a hand, open hand. And when I saw that image, and I really appreciate Siri TV for sharing that with me, is that it gave me a mentally the because this has been used so many times. Oh, Jesus said, if somebody hits you on the cheek, turn the other cheek. And well, first of all, what is it that we're talking about when it comes to our faith and when it comes to our identity? Because as I said, this program is about identity, preservation of Ashuri identity. I use the name Ashur because history is shown that is the name. It's not an opinion, even though we are being called Assyrians, Aturais, Surayas, Suriyas, Suru, all these things, just the facts, not getting emotional, trying to be logical, even though some people that make comments, about the name, what's the big deal, all these things. But it's like this attack that is coming, maybe we can put it this way. When you're attacked regarding your faith, regarding your nationality, how do you react? So one thing that after after that image, when I saw that, one thing that came to my mind, when I'm attacked on my identity, right? I was uh, like the program we did yesterday, last time, about Salman Momika, right? What's the big deal about Salman Momika? Well, he burned the Quran. There are a lot of people that they have done it before, right? But what was special about this guy was that he is my kin. He's my brother. He's my blood. I don't know if he looked at it that way himself or not, but that was the reason he was mentioned, because I identify with him as one when it comes to our uh, who we are. Not identify with him with burning the Quran, totally 100% against what he did. So that was the thing. Like, I'm thinking, connecting why this bothered me when I saw my brother was killed. Then, of course, we had the subject of freedom of speech, of what is going on in Sweden, how free you are if you want to, you can attack Christianity, but you cannot attack Islam. That was the different direction as far as the specific situation that happened. Even maybe this guy, probably, from what I know, he confessed that he was either former Muslim or he was atheist or was not Christian. Regardless, I connected with him. The moment I found out, is my blood. I'm not sure how many of you, I know in the United States, I haven't heard these news. Maybe it was, I mean, I don't listen to news 24 hours a day, but of what happened in Sweden, a gunman entered the school and killed 10 people, then he killed himself, right? And when I heard the news, I was like, oh, so sad. Another mass shooting, son of a gun, we have it in the United States. Then I found out one of the victims was an Ashuri. Maybe he relates to himself as Syriac. I think his first name was Salim. I don't have his last name. So, uh, condolences to the family. I believe he was getting ready to marry. He was engaged. And so sad, for the family, for his fiance. It blows your mind. I mean, I know the other nine people, they have families that suffered and are suffering. But when I heard Salim, one of the victims, it just connected with me. I don't even know who the guy is. It's just like, what? And he's from Syriac church, probably, or whatever. It doesn't matter to me. What I'm trying to connect here is attack. When we are attacked regarding our identity, regarding our faith, turning the other cheek. When the attack comes, before I respond, the first part is that I want you to think about this too. When you saw the Salwan, that he was killed, how did you feel? Like, is he related to you or Salim? So I'm trying to figure out how I came about to be in that position, that these people that I don't know is affecting me, their death. So I was born in Iran, in Tehran. We had churches used to go. There were events. Back then, all I knew was we have Ashuris in Tehran, in Hamadan, in Urmi, Abadan. These are the general areas that majority of our people live there. And I found out about this group that they are Ashuri, but they're from Salamis. And how would you know the difference? Because their accent was different. And they were part of the Chaldanaya church, Chaldean. And at that time, I didn't know that some of these Chaldeans considered themselves outside of not being Ashuri. So I'm exposed. I know, as I said, most Ashuris from different churches, Church of the East, Presbyterian, this and that. But that was my limit of scope of who is my blood, if I want to put it plainly. The ones from Iran, Salamis. Then I was 16, we came to United States, we came to LA, we met some people. Some people, they had different accents, and I started finding out these are Ashuris from Iraq. Some from Basra, some from Baghdad, some from northern part, Erbil, and they were like different accents, but I still could understand. Like we Ashuris from Iran, since we don't really speak our language perfectly, we use a lot of Farsi words. Same with the Ashuris in Iraq. They used some words that they didn't know in Arabic. Now that we're in the United States, instead of me using those Farsi words, I use the English words. So my scope enlarged a little bit of who are my people. So from the Ashuri in Iran and the Sinai, we call them, the ones from Salamis, that they were Chaldean. They spoke our language with a little bit different accent than the Ashuris from Iraq. We came to Turlock, it expanded more. I met people from what we call our Hakkari Mountains. Some Tiaraye, some Khumnaye, uh, Jilwaye. Then I found out my ancestors from my father's side, 4 or 5 generations, they go back to Jilu. And like Jilu, they're considered in one part they're good people, so there's thieves, they're this, they're like we have everything everywhere. But my scope of who my people were started expanding. The more you learn, the more you expose. I was involved in the soccer team, in the youth group, in the dance group. As you expose, we go to different places, we meet different people. I started learning more that we have a bigger, scope of my people. Then, when I started doing the program A and B 2011, we found out about our brothers and sisters in Syria. They call them Syriani or Aramaya, some of them. We have people in Turkey. We have people in Lebanon. Then I started reading and learning that there was this church history, this book that Dr. Vigram has written about. I started reading just by adding to my knowledge, just generally history. I wasn't looking to see who else is my family, but as you start adding to your knowledge, reading books, I love history, the introduction to the history of the Assyrian Church of the Assyrian Church or Church of the Sassanid Empire. Regardless, the scope became bigger and bigger. Oh, Maronites, Jacobites, Nestorian, Melkites, then later Chaldean, Assyrian Church, or Church of the East, or the Eastern Church, all these denominations that later became ethnic groups. Originally, I found, it's not my opinion, but I found that, oh, these are my people. We are people. Then I remember, I'll never forget my first program on A and B 2012, and I actually did the program. I had read this book, Massacres, Resistance, and Protectors. And it says the writer is David Gaunt, and I was reading from the book during the program and sharing the information of what the Turks did to us, what the Kurds did to us during the First World War. First World War. And After I finished, I did a couple of programs regarding that. We had another gentleman that had a program at that time on A and B. He has passed away since then, a few years back. May he rest in peace. After I finished the program, he said, "Oh, Joseph, you're talking about Syriani, Syriac? They're not Ashuri." I said, "Huh? You're teaching about our history on your program. You're teaching about our, going back church history so much. And I mean, I was nice to him because we just met. He was a really, really, really nice guy. Actually, he told me that back when he was in Urmi, my mother taught him to read and write in Ashuri. It was like, yeah, your mother. And as I said, but the way that he was thinking is that he thought us separate from Syriacs, separate from Chaldean, right? But how did he get to that point that we are separate? How did I got to this point that we are not separate, we are one? Like it or not, I don't like to talk too much about the subject, but this is what has the effect of Christianity on our people, on our nationality. Now, I don't want to talk about that. The subject here is when the enemy hits, turning the other cheek regarding our identity, regarding of who we are, even Christianity, which came later, but still is part of our identity. Unfortunately, what has happened when I, I still, even now, I see people when I talk to that some people recognize me from the program and they say, oh, we are Chaldean. I mean, that's nice. How do you react? How do you handle that? Like, they're nice, but at the same time, they're wrong, right? It's a slap in the face. Like, we are not the one. It hurts. I've learned, and it has its own different categories. Like people that are nice, but they say we are different. People that are not nice, they call you names. I'm Aramean, you are stupid, you're this, that. I'm Chaldean, our history is much bigger than this. Assyrians are not even, they don't even exist. The English came and they gave this name, but Chaldeans has this history, Arameans have this history. How do you handle it? When that slap comes, right? It's different than when enemy, either through the faith, like Islamic faith, or through identity, like the Kurds, Kurdification of our people. There are different ways of handling when the slap comes and how you hold it. It's not easy. But the point I'm trying to make is that how does one get to the point that you look at everybody, not everybody, all of these different, the Malkites, Maronites, Jacobites, Syriacs, Aramean, Chaldean, Assyrian, this and that. That's why the name Ashur. Share information. See, it's nobody's born from their mother. The moment they open their eyes, say, I'm Chaldean, I'm Syriac. Something is input in their head. And I don't want to say majority, but whatever the number is, as we do these programs, as more people share their experience, their uh, exposure to the different things being attacked by Kurds, being attacked by Muslims, being attacked from our own people within the community that we have, it's growing. It's not easy. Not everybody looking at Salwan or Salim will connect, say, oh, that's my brother. We had effects. Another thing I want to share with you regarding that slap is that a few days ago, we found out about Marsal Hajjemu, that he passed away. Condolences to his family, to his flock, the Chaldean denomination. You want to believe yourself, Chaldean nation, that's fine. You're my brothers and sisters, regardless. And Sarhat Jammu, I don't know how many people out there you know him. I have met him at least 3 or 4 times during the time that Mar Baba Soro, he switched from Church of the East, Assyrian Church of the East. Either he switched or he was kicked out, regardless of what happened, and he moved to the Chaldean church. And we used to go to Bible studies when Mar Baba and a couple other of the priests that they moved with him used to go there. Then there were gatherings. Our Sarah Jamu would come. It was like Thanksgiving dinner, or there was like a 2-year period that I was involved. And the reason I left was that when I talked to Mar Baba, I was like, I'm with you as long as you're following our Lord. Then I found out that the reason was that he just went to Chaldean, and some people that they didn't know that he was going to join the Chaldean, they were left out. They said, "We're not Chaldean. We are. This is our not this the nationality. It's just this is what we grew up as in Church of this. We're just gonna go back." But there were some bridges that were burned. So why am I bringing Marsar Hajjam? There was a punch from him. I'm not talking negative about death, but I'm sharing information regarding this person. Some years back in 1990s, there are videos, if you go on YouTube, you can find out when he's talking, he is saying that he is Ashuri, that his denomination is Chaldean. There was what they call him, patriarch, Mar Raphael. Right now we have Mar Sako. Before him was Mardeli, if I'm not mistaken, and before Mardeli was Mar Raphael. And during that time, Mar Raphael was the same time as Mardin Khad IV was patriarch of the Assyrian Church of the East. Patriarch Mar Raphael himself said, I am Assyrian as ethnicity, Ashuri. My denomination is Chaldean and has nothing to do with ethnicity. I don't know what happened after he passed. When Mardeli came, he changed the ethnicity part, enforced it. Marsako, same thing. And during that that time period, Marsar Hajjamu, that had claimed of his Ashuri ethnicity. I don't know exactly when this cut and switched. And during the time that I saw him, he was claiming that part. And it hurt me. It's like, see, the reason that person, when I did the program regarding this book, he said, "Oh, those are Syriac. They're not Ashuri." Because when he was growing up in the church that he attended, he was told we are different. Or they were told, the Syriac people, they were told, you are Aramean. You're different. You're not Ashuri. That's why we have these 3 flags. I'm not going to show them anymore. It's like sick. Like, what the hell? Effect of people like Marsar Hajjam. He passed away, ala manekhle, Nora Perdesa, whatever that we say. The effect of the doing is here. He was Ashuri, then he became Chaldean, and he was fierce. And he had that look when he got mad, like, it's just sad to see this, but these are things that are happening in our nation. These are happening that being brought up, how you're brought up. Are you brought up as Chaldean? I hate these Assyrians. I hate these Aramean. We are different. We are this. What is the point? See, Salman Momika, He burned the Quran. He, you know, he was like, whatever. I don't know what was going on in his head. Did he stop Islam with his action? Let's say he was absolutely right about Islam. He burned the Quran. What happened? They killed him, first of all, and nothing was done to Islam. Second, and third, he made them even more united against Christians, specifically, oh, these are Syriac, Assyrian, or whatever. The effect of that action was more worse, lot worse, right? Same Sahaja. Okay, you were Ashuri, then Kaldani, now you're gone. The people that are left. Can we show the? I found out a book that Marsa Hajjam had written when I was doing the research on the program. I'm just going to read it. Chaldean pillars, pillars, Chaldean, chosen to rescue. Chaldean exegesis of the Old Testament, and is written by who? Bishop Sarhad Y. Gemma. And the photo that is used in that book, I don't think this is a Chaldean king or whatever. These are tablets, Ashuri tablets. Son of a gun. My brothers and sisters, but look at, I don't know how to explain that. Why would you do it? You could choose, I mean, he could have put the Ishtar gate of Babel. Let's say Babylon is Chaldean. At least you could have used that, whoever put the photo in there. The book, the photo is contradictory. Going back, how I got to this point of looking at everybody as my brothers and sisters. See, another thing that I mentioned when we did the flyer was, do you feel like a doormat? You know, anybody just, they come, walk over you, you're this, you're that, insult, insult. Put that photo again of the punch, please. I want you, just put that, forget my face. I just want, if you can do that, just, I want my brothers and sisters to look at, you know, facts versus emotion, logic versus feelings. It's not easy. The punches are coming, and they will be coming, and they will be even stronger and harder. At least the ones that we have from our own people, we're going to treat them with love, with respect, as much as inside is burning, like, you idiot, how can you do this? How can you? Oh, sorry, I shouldn't have said that. You are my brother. I love you. You are my sister. I love you. It hurts me, but we need not let the enemy win, because when we have conflict within each other, the enemy wins. Says, see, they can't get along. What is unity? We're going to destroy their identity. Well, you can't. We have Assyria TV here. We have this program here. We have many other people all around the world fighting for our identity. Ahiya, Ashur, Chaya. Blessed be Ashur, the work of my hands. Thank you for watching. And thank you. See you next program. Bye-bye.
Sheikhani.